The cold wind moves through the winter of the Netherlands. At this time, young Vincent is not a painter yet. He tries to become a preacher because he wants to help people, but the world pushes him away. Failure sits heavy on his shoulders. But in that darkness, he finds an unexpected light. This light is not from religion or rules. It comes from the lives of the people. The faces of coal miners covered in black dust, the rough hands of farmers, their days full of hard work and tired bodies. Vincent looks at their difficult lives and understands something. Someone must show the truth of these people. From that moment, he begins to hold a brush. His early paintings are far from bright or beautiful. They are full of brown, gray, and dark colors. They look like they were painted in a room with no candle at all. But inside that darkness, there is the real weight of life. Just like his famous work, The Potato Eaters, he tries to show human dignity even in a simple potato on a poor family's table. Vincent is not a genius. He does not have special skill or natural talent. He has only one thing: strong, painful hard work, and a heart that refuses to ignore the suffering of others. He paints every day, even when his hands are freezing, even when the room has almost no light. He does not stop. His life is full of wandering, but inside that wandering, he slowly finds his own path. This is the beginning of a man trying to hold on to truth inside the deepest darkness. Paris, a bright, loud, colorful city where artists breathe and dream. When Vincent arrives, he still carries the dark, heavy colors of the Netherlands. But Paris does not let him stay the same. Cafes full of voices, sunlight falling on the Seine River, young painters holding their canvases on the streets. Their paintings look like they come from another world. Yellow is brighter, blue is deeper, and light seems alive inside their work. He feels shocked. Can colors sing like this? He had searched for truth in darkness, but now he begins to find a new truth in light. Paris gives him two important gifts: the freedom of color. Meeting Monet, Signac, Toulouse-Lautrec, and others changes his eyes completely. The tiny dots of pointillism, the warm yellow of sunlight, the cool blue of the city air. He studies color like a new language. A deep bond with his brother Theo. Theo believes in Vincent more than anyone. He supports him with money, with love, and with trust. Their letters show their worries, hopes, and strong connection. The light of Paris changes Vincent. His canvas is no longer dark. Colors move like living things. His brush becomes free. His heart opens toward a new world. He understands something important. I am not the same person anymore. The man who searched for truth in darkness now learns the magic of light. And that light is ready to lead him to the yellow house in the south of France. Arles in the south of France is full of strong sunlight. The air shines with gold. Vincent comes here with a new dream. He wants a home where artists live together, learn from each other, and inspire each other. For this dream, he rents a small yellow house. The sunlight hits the walls and makes them glow, just like the hope inside his heart. Every day he walks through the fields. When the sunflowers lift their heads toward the sun, he feels their hot yellow color inside his body. His brush moves faster and stronger than ever. Yellow becomes his language. The sun becomes his teacher. One day, the person he has been waiting for finally arrives. Paul Gauguin, a painter Vincent respects deeply, and the first member of his dream community. The first days feel like a miracle. They paint together. They talk all night about art. Their passion fills the yellow house with energy. It feels alive, like a living creature breathing light through every window. But slowly, their differences begin to clash. Vincent is emotional and quick to act. Gauguin is calm and calculating. Their brushes point in different directions. Their hearts begin to separate. Then comes the night of the great fight. Their argument grows like a storm. Gauguin decides to leave the yellow house. At that moment, Vincent's world collapses. His dream of an artist community slips away like sand through his fingers. In deep despair, he cuts his own ear. This becomes a turning point in his life, a wound that divides his story into two parts. The yellow house is no longer a place of dreams. It becomes a place where his happiest moments and his deepest pain live together. But even in this tragedy, his art becomes stronger. The sunflowers still burn with color. The sun still shines on him. He is broken, but he does not put down his brush. The road to the asylum feels heavy under Vincent's feet. After the tragedy in Arles, he loses the strength to protect himself. The asylum in Saint-Rémy is cold and quiet. There are windows with bars, thick stone walls, and the sounds of other patients crying at night. It feels like a small island cut away from the world. But on that island, Vincent finds another universe. When night comes, he stands by the window and looks at the sky through the bars. The sky is not simple darkness. The stars shake with bright light. The wind moves in circles and pushes the trees. He feels the movement, the shaking, the life in the night. One day he picks up his brush. On the canvas, the colors begin to dance. Deep blue looks like the heart of the night. The swirling lines look like his fear and pain. The tall cypress tree reaches up to the sky like a cry. In the middle of all this chaos, the stars shine the brightest. When he hears voices or feels a seizure coming, he paints harder. When fear grows, he paints faster. His room feels like a prison, but his canvas feels like the universe. From this struggle comes his masterpiece, Starry Night. This painting is not just a landscape. It is the sound of his soul shaking. It is his pain turning into light. People call him crazy, but he is fighting harder than anyone to stay alive. The deeper his pain becomes, the brighter his stars shine. Even in the darkest place, he creates one of the most beautiful nights the world has ever seen. Auvers-sur-Oise is a small town north of Paris, full of quiet fields and low hills. Vincent spends the last 70 days of his life here, but these 70 days are not slow or peaceful. He paints with explosive speed, as if he knows his time is running out. Every morning he walks into the fields. When the wind moves through the wheat, the yellow waves shake endlessly. He follows that movement with his brush. One painting a day, sometimes two. His hands never stop. His heart has already passed its limit. There is fear inside his paintings. The sky is heavy and dark. The wheat fields shake wildly. Black crows fly up like shadows. It feels like the world is giving him a final warning. His mind becomes weaker, but his art becomes clearer. He does not hide his pain. He puts it into color, into lines, into the wind. His canvas becomes his heart, and his heart is already inside a storm. Then one day, a gunshot is heard in the fields. Whether he shot himself or someone else pulled the trigger is still unknown. But one thing is certain: until the very end, he tried to love the world. Before he dies, he says, "Sadness will last forever." These words are not just despair. They are the confession of a man who felt life more deeply than anyone. Only after his death does the world begin to understand his paintings. His colors become brighter. His lines become stronger. His name becomes a season that never ends. His bright season begins only after he is gone. He leaves the world, but his stars, his sunflowers, and his wheat fields stay with us, alive and shining.